Hello class, welcome again to our online discussion for this course, Strategic Management in Tourism and Hospitality. So we are now in Module 5. We will discuss about the types of hospitality and tourism organization. So once again, this is your instructor, Jason Cano. So let's proceed. Organizations that operate in the hospitality and tourism industry can be grouped under the different categories depending on their primary activities, size, profit, motives, and geographical coverage. So, in terms of their primary services, organizations can be categorized as follows. We have travel and transport. We also have accommodation, which is the lodging. We also have food and beverages. We also have entertainment and recreation. And five, tourism offices or destination management organizations. And we also have non-governmental tourism organizations. So each of these is often identified as a subsector under the hospitality and tourism industry. So in addition, each can be further broken into several subgroupings. So for example, accommodation, as what I have mentioned earlier, there are uh, subgroupings for this accommodation. We have example hotels. Accommodation also have a subsector or subgroups like motels, guest houses, hostels, and villas, and lastly the timeshares. So some of these organizations can be further grouped depending on their service level, such as luxury hotels, boutique hotels, mid-market hotels, and budget hotels, or according to their star ratings, such as 5-star, or we also call it a diamond. We also have 4-star and 3 stars hotels. So a further groupings of the hospitality and tourism organizations can be made based on their size, such as small, medium, and large. So independent, flexible, small, and medium-sized enterprises, or we also call it SME, dominate the tourism market worldwide. So an SME is defined in employment terms such as company with a workforce of fewer than 250 employees, according to European Commission 2002. So for example, it is reported that around more than 90% of tourism and hospitality organizations in Europe are SME, small, medium enterprises. It is according to Bastakis, Buhalis, and Butler 2004. So which are usually owner managed, being run either by an individual or by small groups of people. So managing SMEs is different from managing larger enterprises. For example, according to Quinn, Larmore, and McKillian, state that smaller hotels are not simply smaller version of large hotel groups. They have distinct organizational structures and cultures that are often influenced by their owners. So the business objectives of smaller hotels may have a different emphasis compared to large hotel groups. So according again to Quinn and colleagues, 1992, profit profitability, market share, and productivity are less important. Okay, less important to small businesses. So in addition, they have less desire to expand and achieve high profitability and productivity ratios. They also have less desire to expand. So their views on the external environment, long-term strategies, generic positions, competitive advantages, and allocations of financial and human resources may not be similar to those of the large organizations. So we know that many SMEs face financial and managerial challenges, and their ratio of business failures is higher compared to large organizations. So another classification of hospitality and tourism organizations can be made according to profit motive. A high majority of H&T organizations aim to make a profit and achieve some financial objectives in order to satisfy their owners and shareholders. So on the other hand, non-governmental tourism organizations, associations, tourism destination management, and marketing organizations can be placed under non-profit tourism organizations. So their primary aim is often not to make profit, but to achieve other non-financial objectives, such as serving society, protecting the environment, and achieving sustainable tourism development in the regions over the long term. So the United Nations World Tourism Organizations, or WTO, and Visitor and Convention Bureaus, or CVBs, are examples of non-profit tourism organizations. So now we will discuss about the geographical coverage. So finally, hospitality and tourism organizations can be further grouped based on their geographical coverage. These include the local, the regional, and the global firms. So local organizations operate in only one city or country, whereas regional organizations operate in only a geographical region such as Europe, Middle East, North America. For example, the Hong Kong-based Shangri-La Hotel chain is a good example of regional hospitality firm that is found only in the Pacific Asia region. So finally, the global hospitality and tourism firms such as Intercontinental Hotels, Marriott Hotels, Hilton, McDonald's, and KFCs are examples of those that operate in many countries and almost all continents worldwide. So compared to national organizations, regional and global hospitality and tourism organizations face more complex, dynamic, and challenging external and internal environments. So consequently, they must accommodate the impact of an international context when tackling strategic analysis, strategic choice, implementations, strategic control, and global competitive advantage. So, as just stated, there can be major differences among hospitality and tourism organizations in terms of their primary activities, size, profit motives, and geographical coverage. So these differences can be important implications on the application of strategic management theories and models that are in practice. So in addition, one may further claim that because of these differences, we should be cautious about making generalizations about hospitality and tourism organizations. So on the other hand, it is often claimed that although different services are offered in hospitality and tourism organizations, each organization has its own unique characteristics that demand closer inspections when managing hospitality and tourism organizations. So the following section explains and evaluates the unique characteristics of each segment in the hospitality and tourism industry. I hope that you have learned something from this module 5, the different types of hospitality and tourism organization. The next module, we will discuss about the characteristics of the hospitality and tourism organizations. Don't forget to answer the evaluation quiz and see you in the next video. Thank you.